11 ways to stop overthinking and worrying. Realize you're doing it. The first step in putting a stop to overthinking about everything is to acknowledge that you're a worrier. Think it sounds easy? Not exactly. It's hard for us, as human beings, to admit we've got a problem, big or small. However, realizing that you overthink things is the only way you'll even have a desire to put a stop to it or make a change. Don't believe every thought. Don't believe the lies your own mind tells you. It seems like a simple enough statement, but it's hard to do for people who are chronic worriers or who tend to overthink everything. The truth is, you have the power to take control of your thoughts. When negative self-talk creeps in, you don't have to believe it. You can acknowledge it, and you should. Just because your own mind is telling you to overthink about something, or be fearful about something doesn't mean you have to. Distract yourself. You can distract yourself from yourself. When you overthink things, those thoughts and worries start to take over your mind. You can fight back against them by immediately doing something else that engages your brain. This could include writing in a journal, doing 20 push-ups, reading an article, or calling up your best friend. Whatever you can do to get yourself out of that moment of worry, take action and do it. Confuse your senses. Overthinking and worrying are mental activities, so if they start to take hold, do something physical. You can essentially shock your senses by taking the power away from one area of your body and giving it to another. Sounds confusing? It's not. For example, if you start to feel fearful about the uncertainty of an upcoming event, splash some cold water on your face, or smell something. Your brain will start to react to the sudden change, and you'll have less of an ability to focus on the worrisome thoughts. Don't sweat the small stuff. You've probably heard this expression before, but when you're an overthinker, you should really take it to heart. There are things in life you're going to be able to control, and things you can't. Recognize the things you can't control and accept them for what they are. That means you're going to have to let some things go. It'll take time and practice, but the more aware you are of the things you can't control, the easier it will eventually become to stop fretting about them so much. Go easy on yourself. You're not perfect, and you don't have to be. That's more than a motivational speech, it's a reality. Perfectionism is often linked with overthinking and anxiety, but the two actually work in a vicious cycle. People often pursue perfection in order to deal with worry and anxiety, but that tends to make them even more anxious because it's impossible to be perfect. It's not easy to admit and accept imperfections, but when you realize no one is perfect, you can take baby steps toward letting go of your worrying thoughts and give yourself some slack. Get your hands dirty. You don't have to have a green thumb in order to take advantage of the benefits of gardening. According to some psychologists, gardening can provide you with mental health benefits like relaxation and mindfulness. It allows you to vent your worries, your aggressions, and even your excessive thoughts. It also gives you a healthy sense of control, which can offer a nice balance for someone who tends to think too much. Before you know it, you'll have a beautiful garden from all of your efforts, and an outlet to dig your worries. Listen to music. Turn up the radio, put your headphones in, and blast your favorite tunes. Music has many healing properties and psychological benefits. It can improve your concentration, reduce stress, and give your memory a boost. Music can also help you to be more self-aware, which makes it easier to identify overthinking habits. When you're actively engaged in listening or playing music, you're more mindful of the moment and less worried about everything else. Get up and get moving. Sometimes, sweat can be the best cure for a worried mind. There are so many benefits to exercise, including a boost in your cardiovascular health and an improvement in mood. Aside from being a part of a healthy lifestyle, exercise also has psychological benefits. Exercise allows you to set goals, which will keep you distracted from worries. So, not only are you doing something good for your body, but you're giving your brain a boost and kicking your worries in the process. Build a budget. One of life's biggest stressor is money. In fact, according to a recent study, it's the #1 source of stress. On the flip side, the same study also found that most people feel happier and more confident when they know they've got a handle on their finances. Creating a budget, especially for a growing family, allows you to better identify your spending habits and decide where you can cut back and what your financial priorities really are. Practice meditation. Meditation is simply a relaxation technique that allows you to be mindful and focused on the present moment, rather than letting your anxious thoughts take over. You don't have to practice any special rituals in order to meditate. Finding just a few minutes a day to sit in silence, focus on your breathing, and let thoughts come and go freely can make a big difference in the overall health of your mental state. Try to make meditation a part of your daily routine and you'll undoubtedly start to recognize the calming effects it can have. Awareness is the first step in putting an end to overthinking. Start paying attention to the way you think. When you notice yourself replaying events in your mind over and over, or worrying about things you can't control, acknowledge that your thoughts aren't productive. Worrying about everything can really take over your life, keeping you from experiences, relationships, and a sense of contentment. But it doesn't have to be that way forever. By utilizing some of the tips listed here and making them a part of your everyday life, you can kick worry to the curb once and for all. Do share it with your friends and family. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel.